Hi guys, it's Amanda on Tuesday, and I am here to talk about the 2012 releases that are in June that are of the science fiction and dystopian genre. So I do have a handful, and of course, if you guys know any more that I don't mention, please post in the comments down below. The first book comes out on June 5th, and this is Shadow Cast by Stars by Katherine Knudsen. And what I can tell, it sounds like there is some kind of virus and they are trying to figure out how to cure the virus, and the main character's blood is immune to it, so they need her blood in order to study it. But I guess that they're probably going to kill her, so she's trying to escape from them. So it sounds like a pretty cool story, and I love the cover. I think it's beautiful. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out. The next book is also on June 5th, and it is Monument 14 by Emmy Laybourne. And this one sounds like a bunch of kids get trapped in a supercenter, I think kind of like Walmart, and then a bunch of crazy stuff starts happening outside, and so they have to figure out how to survive. And it sounds pretty interesting. I hadn't heard about it. It was suggested to me for this week, so I think I'll probably check it out. It sounds like a cool book. The next book, another June 5th release, is Surrender by Alana Johnson, and that is the second book in the Possession series. Here's the first book. I haven't read this yet, but I picked it up used. And it sounds like there's some kind of dystopian setting, and the main character has some unusual ability that makes her a liability, and so she has to live a very secretive life. So it sounds like a pretty cool series. Definitely more of a romantic one, but I'm interested in checking it out. The next book is released on June 12th, and that's The Fear by Charlie Higson. And this is the third book in the Enemy series, and I don't know much about this series. It sounds like there is some sort of sickness, and the main character has to run away from that sickness and survive. So if anybody's read this series, maybe you can let me know a little more comment in the comments down below, because right now I don't know too much about it. The next book is coming out on June 12th, and it's For the Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Peterfreund. And the cover is just brilliant, which is what attracted me to it. And this is a straight up science fiction, out in outer space kind of story. So it's supposed to be a reinterpretation of Jane Austen's Persuasion, which sounds really cool, and I'm interested to see where this goes. And frankly, the cover alone is enough to make me buy it because it's so beautiful. I'm a sucker. Um, the next book I have is released on June 12th, and that's Timepiece by Myra McIntyre. That's the second book in the Hourglass series. I have the first book here. This is another one I haven't read, but I'm not exactly sure if this would count as science fiction or fantasy, because I count it as, if it's science fiction if the magical abilities come from a scientific thing, like a mutation or technology or something, and it's fantasy if it's a real magic ability, and it's like something that comes from a magical powers. And I'm not exactly sure how they time travel in the Hourglass series, but we're going to go ahead and throw it in science fiction because it does involve time travel, and it's a romantic story, and I don't know much about it, but I do have this as an e-arc on my Kindle, so I will be reading these books pretty soon. The next book comes out on June 12th, and it's Chosen Ones by Tiffany Truitt. And this one again sounds kind of like a dystopian romance. There's a group of people called the Chosen Ones who are like super awesome, and then there's a bunch of regular people, and it sounds like the main character is a regular person and she falls in love with a boy of the Chosen Ones, and then shenanigans happen. But it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like it could be a pretty cool book, and I'm curious to see what that's about. And the final one that I'm probably the most excited for comes out on June 19th, and that's This Is Not a Test by Courtney Summers. And yes, I did say Courtney Summers, and some of you might be going, but Amanda, doesn't she write contemporary like Cracked Up to Be? Fall for anything. Some girls are. And you'd be right, she does mostly write contemporary. However, this time she's tackling a zombie novel. Zombies, so I'm very, very excited for this book. And it's got a cool cover, and it just, I really like zombies, so this is probably my number one most excited for book of the month. And that's it for June releases. So if you guys have any other suggestions or want to put your opinions on what these books are and what ones you're excited for, post in the comments down below. Stay tuned this week for some more interesting releases for the genres, and I'll be back next Tuesday. Thanks for watching.